We didn't expect much from this drive, but Utah had other ideas. From painted bentonite hills to sweeping canyon views and a trail in the wash of a remote canyon, this route turned out to be one of the most unexpectedly wild drives we've done in Utah. If you've ever wondered what it's like to chase the kind of desert magic that Edward Abbey wrote about, this is it. This might be the craziest road we've ever been on.
It's pretty gnarly. This is a fun road.
If you're new here, I'm Savannah, this is Drew, and together with our two dogs, Pablo and Mateo, we live full-time in our self-converted Unimog 1300L ex-German military ambulance. We've been living on the road 8 years, first in our van, then a shuttle bus, and now our dream vehicle, the Unimog. Welcome to Utah. We've officially left Arizona for the season, and we are now in the beautiful canyon country of southern Utah. Behind me is this overlook that we have been camped at for the last little while. It is just so gorgeous here. We couldn't stay one night and continue on. We had to set up camp and just enjoy it for as long as possible. What's great about this spot is that you can camp right on the edge of the overlook. The Unimog is right here, and the view is right there. It doesn't get better than that. It really doesn't.
That Glen Canyon out there?
It is.
Good old Glen Canyon. Some call it Lake Powell now, but it's still Glen Canyon either way. This is definitely a top-notch camp spot. One of the best we've ever had. I mean, it's hard to beat a view like that. Definitely one of the best in Utah. I mean, you can't beat Glen Canyon. The road in here definitely needed high clearance. 4x4 is a plus. Not the hardest road, but you would not want to come up here with something that doesn't have good clearance. There's a lot of like rock ledges and stuff.
It's not the craziest thing, but you definitely want a capable vehicle.
For sure.
Going for a ride, boys. Come here. Okay, puppy. Pablo's favorite activity, going for a ride. You're getting heavy, buddy. The guys are loaded.
I don't think I went that way on the way in. It's a little bumpy here. Side by side. The other one I look next to it is like smooth. Oh well.
You might be wondering where we're heading, and we're just going to another camp spot tonight. It's actually pretty late in the day. It's like 5 p.m. by the time we're heading out of here.
Whoa!
Oh my
Tilty!
Hold, please.
I'd take the more fun route there.
We have a hike planned in the morning that I cannot wait for. I'm so excited. We missed hiking Buckskin Gulch when we were in White Pocket because of the weather. Flash floods are a really big risk when you're hiking slot canyons. Right now the weather looks pristine. It is absolutely perfect. And there are some slot canyons right near here on the other side of that ridge that we are gonna hike in the morning. So we wanted to leave this viewpoint and get a little bit closer so that our drive is not so long in the morning.
Water crossing, just went through like a 4-inch puddle. I almost had to put the lockers on for that one.
Ooh, intense.
Not a long drive today, but this will start us a lot closer to tomorrow's adventure. So we're heading out of here. It's getting pretty busy back there actually for a Sunday evening. A whole bunch of people are rolling in. So I think we picked the right time. Opens up a spot for some people to camp and gets us closer to our destination. Warming back up today. It's about 75 after those couple of cold days with the snow and rain and everything. Feels really good.
The camp spot we're headed to is actually another viewpoint. I know you'll be so surprised. We found another beautiful view on the edge of a canyon. I'm really excited to check it out. It looks like a little hidden cove, and at night the stars out here have been so intensely bright. There's no major cities close to here, so I'm not sure if it's a designated dark sky area, but it looks just as good as all the other designated dark sky areas that we've been to. Only a few more miles left. We are gonna be at the camp spot. The road opens up a bit more now. It's just kind of sandy instead of all those little rock steps. So we should be able to go a bit faster.
About to let it rip.
We weren't going far, but somehow this turned out to be one of the most interesting drives we've done in Utah so far. After leaving the rocky trail behind, the road smoothed out, and we cruised through a landscape of bentonite clay formations that shifted and morphed around us. This harsher side of the desert feels a little bit like driving through the set of a post-apocalyptic movie. The last spot that we were at was right on the edge of a cliff. I mean, 20 steps out our front door, and it was a few 100-foot drop. So that made it very not dog friendly. We had to keep the guys on a leash every time they were outside of the truck. Usually they do very well at camp. They just kind of stick around, especially Pablo. He just wants to be where I am. This guy is a little bit more of an explorer, but he doesn't wander too far. So now at this spot, we're a few cliff edges removed from the actual drop over the edge. So it's a little bit better for the dogs.
Yeah, more open space too. And I don't think we're gonna see anyone else here.
We have the place all to ourselves tonight. We keep having this problem where the outdoor kitchen is too tall for me. I'm 5'4". I'm not that short. I'm an average height. But the Unimog is so tall a lot of the time because when we level out the truck, we often have to bump up the back. And then all of a sudden the outdoor kitchen is like up to my chest. But tonight we're gonna take the grill off so that it's a little bit lower. But actually tonight the whole back end is lower than it usually is.
Got your problem solved here. Of course it is the night where this is lower, but look at that. You just cook on that surface since, I mean, you're just using the Instapot and stuff, right? That's like a pull-out counter right there. Put that to the side.
What was that sound I just heard?
That was Drew spilling about half of the rice on the ground, but not all of it.
Oh no.
We can pick it up and clean it, right? Not that dirty. Better at least sweep it up so the dogs aren't trying to eat it. I didn't lose it all though, so that's good.
So I have no idea what to make for dinner. I didn't have a plan at all. And that means it's sushi night. Whenever we get in a spot where we don't know what to cook, we pretty much always have the ingredients for some really good sushi rolls. Avocado, cucumber, carrot, green onion. We're gonna put tofu in it. I have some tofutti cream cheese for like a Philadelphia kind of roll. Sushi is the best. Sushi in the middle of nowhere is even better. You need more rice out here?
Yeah, I lost about half of it.
I love this recipe because we don't have to actually cook anything. You do have to heat up some rice vinegar, sugar, and salt, but you just heat it up to the point that it's melted. And we're gonna do that on the little induction cooktop. Other than that, we cook the rice in the Instant Pot. This is a summer staple for us, and it's really nice out today, so kind of feels like summer. Do I have a carrot? Oh my God. Siéntate. Hey, down. Siéntate. Wait, siéntate. Wait. Siéntate. Wait. We're not being crazy. Very enthusiastic. Quieto, quieto. Siéntate. Free. Now you get the biggest piece. These guys love carrot. They freak out about it. It's really nice not to be cooking here. We fell in love with the desert a long time ago. Now, I get it. It's not for everyone. It's harsh, unforgiving, and not always overtly beautiful. But maybe that's exactly why we love it. You have to get up close and take enough time to get to know it. You have to drive through miles and miles of wide open expanse to stand on the edge of a canyon and look out at the buttes rising from the desert floor below. You have to stick around long enough to witness a springtime bloom when the terrain that everyone sees as prickly and unfriendly bursts into colorful splendor. We've long idolized desert lovers like Edward Abbey and Katie Lee, flipping through page after page of vivid descriptions of places just like this, dreaming of seeing it for ourselves. And that's what brings us back, year after year, still chasing that same magic.
We've got fire. I found these random 3 logs in a fire pit on the drive here today, so gotta burn them, right? classic hand roll. You don't have to bother cutting it. Problem is getting the soy sauce in there though.
That is a problem.
Just gotta put it in beforehand. I think if I put a little in, it'll just filter through the whole thing. Theory. Chili sauce.
That chili crunch is so good in here.
Oh yeah.
Good morning. It is first light here. In a little while the sun will be coming over this ridge, but we have some nice sunrise colors starting over the canyon. We woke up early so that we can get driving to the trailhead for our hike, and honestly it's so nice to wake up in these canyons before sunrise. I did it a few times at the last point that we were at, and they're just so quiet and peaceful, except when we start the Unimog up in just a few minutes. Then it will be loud and smoky in here. Thankfully, we're all alone, so we won't be bothering anybody. But we have 50-ish miles to drive this morning, so we have to get an early start. I think the camper is pretty much ready to go. Drew is up now.
Wide awake.
And last night I made us some coffees because I knew we had to get going early. I think this one is yours.
The non-caffeine one?
Yours is the caffeine one.
Extra caffeine? Let me see. Ah, yeah, I can hear the caffeine in there. It's just screaming to get out. Oh, yeah. Thank you. It's good.
You're welcome.
It's spilling for some reason, but it's good.
All right, I got my coffee. I gotta get the guys in the cab. Are you ready? Going for a ride? Are you going for a ride? Yes. Yes, I am. Pablo will not be left behind. Ever. Yep. Think she's gonna be smoky this morning?
Yep. Only a little bit, though. Temporary smoky. Okay. We're getting Moose ready to go here. Attention, this is your captain speaking. We're flying at about 4,800 feet. Today's cruising altitude will vary widely throughout the day, and speed will also be up and down. It's about 57 degrees outside, maybe should be about 75 today. Today's in-flight service includes coffee Savannah made last night and a barking chihuahua. And for now, for your weather.
0.04 inches and rising. Elsewhere around the area, it was clear with a temperature of 44 Cedar City.
It's way too early for this.
Thank you for riding with Moose Airlines. We know you have a lot of options when you're driving old trucks through the desert. We're glad you chose us. All right, are we ready?
Wow.
gnarly little obstacle. Of course, it'll be nothing for the Mog, but I would never have dreamed of taking the van or the bus back here.
Oh yeah, this wash from the first part. I almost forgot about this.
Yeah, a lot of vehicles will bottom out right here.
Dip. Yeah, it's really steep.
There's a hole right here. Oh, somebody cheated and filled it with a rock.
Wow, it feels like nothing.
I know, that's amazing. It felt worse on the way in. I must have just hit the line a little better there.
If we thought the first drive was beautiful, we hadn't seen anything yet. We looked at the maps before we left camp, but I don't think we were fully grasping the amount of elevation change we were about to take on. To the right, we were dwarfed by cliffs that soared hundreds of feet overhead, and to the left, a steep and ever more unforgiving drop-off. What shelf roads lack in comfort, they usually make up for in views, but this one was next level. We felt like a tiny toy car winding along some oversized racetrack carved into the cliffs, and it's pretty hard to make a Unimog feel tiny. This might be the craziest road we've ever been on.
It's pretty gnarly. The road is easy, but man, very steep, shelf, incredible views. This is a fun road.
Wow, the wall just goes upward. It looks like a big cathedral next to us.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. I can't believe how much we climbed so fast.
We must have climbed hundreds, if not 1,000 feet in like 2 miles.
Yeah, it seemed like about 1,000 feet.
Wow. I can't stop saying wow.
Yeah, the one hill that came out of nowhere was so steep, I was in like 5th or 6th gear, and I realized like I'm not gonna make it up this before I have to gear down. Almost stalled out.
You know, this is a shelf road, of course, but I feel fine on it. Usually they're not my favorite, but this one for some reason is just gorgeous. Maybe it's the grandeur of the canyons around us, but
I think it's the quality of the road. The road is cut and graded.
yeah, it's really the tilty off camber part of being on shelf roads that is not my favorite.
Right.
This is very level. It's definitely an improved road for a good reason.
Yeah.
That was a drop off of that shelf.
Yeah, now if that was a gravelly off-camber road, like some of the sections like Senator Highway, you'd be probably stressed out.
And even the switchbacks on the inside of the turn, they're not eroded away or anything like they were on Senator's Highway.
Yeah.
Some of those were kind of sketchy. Thought you were going to lose your tire over the edge. Wow. Wow. That's all I have to say is wow. We had climbed out of the cracked, ashen ridgelines of bentonite, painted in streaks of gray, red, and purple, and rose into the orange-hued canyons of the high desert. Cresting the ridge, the trail suddenly smoothed out into a level stretch along the plateau, and after that long, slow climb, it felt like we were flying. But this road had mood swings. One moment it was rough and rocky, forcing us to practically crawl, and the next it opened wide and sandy enough to hit 40 miles per hour with ease. Then, just when we thought we had it figured out, the trail dropped into a canyon and didn't just follow a wash, it became the wash. But we did get several sections of water that was high enough to get excited about.
This road has been a ton of fun to drive. It's been super active between gears. Like, I've been anywhere from 1 to 8. We started with that real steep climb to those grand views. And then the top, it was like better than a paved road. Hold on. I've had to gear all the way down to 1, and then you get an open stretch like this, and you want to like pick up the speed. And then all of a sudden you're going down. And then all of a sudden you're going up such a steep hill. Like, there's been a couple times I was in 5th or 6th gear where I almost stalled the vehicle. So I've just been constantly on the shifter, adjusting to gear to road ratio. You just kind of cruise through it. You just drive over everything, speed up when you can, go slow when you have to. Yeah, this truck is amazing, and I'm really enjoying this drive today. This has been an awesome drive.
Alright, let's see what the drive did to the camper. I'm a little scared, to be honest. Oh no. Oh, it's even worse than you can see from the door. Uh-oh.
One of the cabinets fell out.
Oh yeah.
I know, Pablo, we're going home for a second.
The biggest thing is that I forgot to lock the overhead cabinet above the bed. So only one of them spilled out, but it's the one with the most stuff. My books and a jar of pencils and pens. And then on the floor, this pantry kind of puked out the front. And we lost some goji berries, toilet paper. My backpack and everything slid forward. That pretty much happens every time. This isn't terrible, but this is one of the worst that we've had recently. Pablo, what do you think about all this stuff? He's like, I'm gonna go eat that food. We gotta remember to lock the overhead cabinets. Wasn't 100% sure what we were getting into today, and it was definitely proper off-roading, so I don't know that I was prepared inside the camper for what was about to happen. We're all packed up, ready to go get out on the trail. We're gonna start this Slot Canyon hike.
Welcome to North Arizona.
Welcome to Utah.